A Facebook exodus for some. An app launched in 2018 called Parler is gaining some popularity with some supporters of the president in the wake of the election. WPTV News Channel 5's Tori Dunnan went to find out more about it and why some people say they're making the switch.
Maybe you've seen on Facebook some users talking about a mass exodus from Facebook to Parler tomorrow. Well, some conservatives say they already have.
My viewpoints are clearly being suppressed. You can't tell me they're not.
George Borowski is a Parler user. He says his posts on traditional social media have been flagged.
You put us in this sort of island where it's like, no, you guys are in some sort of echo chamber. No, I think what's happening is there is an echo chamber, and Facebook is the echo chamber.
Parler is an app gaining popularity with the right.
You feel this suppression. So Parler was born out of this thought where you can go and not be censored.
Following the presidential election, this follows recent efforts by Twitter and Facebook flagging what it says is misinformation on their platforms.
As a lot of tweets and a lot of Facebook posts from Donald Trump and his allies and even his family have been flagged on Facebook and Twitter for containing false information or inaccurate information about voter fraud from the previous election. So what we're looking at is a lot of people who want to discuss this and want to discuss it freely without their posts being tagged, banned, or not being able to be shared.
University of Florida social media professor Andrew Selepak says Parler has a fraction of users compared to Twitter and Facebook, but the growth can't be ignored.
The number of accounts in the past week has more than doubled. And we're now looking at about 8 million users, which is a pretty significant jump for a platform that's only been around for about 2 years.
Selepak says critics of the platform call it an echo chamber.
We've seen posts by QAnon or the Proud Boys or the Boogaloo that have been taken down and their accounts have been blocked by other platforms like Facebook and Twitter. And they're now able to go onto Parler and be able to discuss topics and kind of spread information and spread their ideologies. That is creating some danger if there's not any way to kind of regulate it or have somebody who is checking on the misinformation being spread.
Selepak believes the lack of disagreement will ultimately limit growth.
Is about debate, discussion. People want to win. They want to convince the other side that they're right. But if everybody agrees, then there's not the interaction, there's not the debate, there's not the argument. And that's going to prevent it from being very popular. People from the left are just ignoring it or considering it a fad or just believe it's this alt-right kind of danger zone. It's not going to get the growth and get the active users.
Still, Borowski says Parler is a place where he believes his voice won't be silenced.
I just want people to understand that there are other people like me out there by the millions.
Tori Dunnan, WPTV News Channel 5.